In this video, we're going to look at MyMaths Vectors 2 homework. So we're looking at our vector journeys here. We're going to draw on the diagram thinking about your start point and end point here. So we've got our vector O to A, which they're calling the vector A. I'm going to write that as A underlined because I can't write in bold. And we've got O to B is our vector B. And we're trying to find the vector C to D in terms of A and B. So C to D is here. And ideally you'd like to go straight up that way, but we can't. We have no vector information to go directly from C to D. So we have to go the roundabout route. We have to go the scenic route, as I like to call it. So instead of going directly from C to D, we could go from C to G, because that is the exact same as our vector B. It's the same direction and magnitude. And then we can go from G to D, which is our vector minus A, because it's the exact same as our vector A, except instead of going right, it's going left. That minus changes the direction. So if we wanted to write this out mathematically, our vector C to D is the same as going from C to G, followed by plus and followed by G to D. So C to G, we've already seen, is vector B, followed by our G to D, which is our minus A. Our mathematical rules still apply. A positive and a negative sitting side by side. We tidy that to be a negative. So B, take away A. So B, take away A is our vector C to D. Okay, our next one, vector O to G, clearing this all up. O to G, again, we'll take the scenic route. We could go from O to B first off, so we've already got our vector B there. And then from B to D, which is the exact same as our vector A, same direction this time. And then from D to G, which is another vector A. So that will get us from O to G. So again, writing all this out mathematically, O to G is the same as O to B, followed by B to D, followed by D to G. Filling in what we have there then, O to B is our vector B, plus B to D and D to G. Well, if you bring those together, that's two lots of our vector A. And we could write that as 2A plus B as well, but either would work. So 2A plus B for our second vector there. Okay, our next question, we're looking for our vector E to C this time in terms of C and D. So E to C, we're going to be able to take our scenic route. So E to K, well, that's the same as our vector C. And then going from K to C, that's the exact same as our vector D. So this one is simple, it's going straight into C plus D. So that gets us from E to C. Clearing that out for the next one, we've got D to B. Now D to B here is a little bit more of a challenge because this line going, the diagonal line going upwards from left to right, we don't have a vector that works there, so we're going to have to try and use the vectors that we've got. We've got our vector C here that goes straight from left to right, so that will work there. If I go any further, I'm going to get myself a little bit stuck. So if I draw my vector D in here, it is a square. So there's my vector D. But if I'm trying to get up the way, there's my minus D, so I've changed direction. Then I've got another C, brings me here. So I'm kind of zigzagging my way up. So I've got C, minus D, I've got another C there. I'm going to go up the way, so flip that direction. I've got minus D. And then I'm going to be able to bring myself the whole way. I've got your C vector there, and another C vector there. And that gets me to B. Now I have to put it all together. This one I'm definitely going to write out. So D to B, I had my vector C, take away my vector D, plus another C, take away vector D, and we've got two C's right at the top there. And you can use your usual rules of maths here to collect together your like terms. So we've got 4 C's altogether. If you want to see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're taking away 2D. So take away 2D. 4C, take away 2D. And that gets us to where we want to be. Okay, our last one here. We've got some more information being written out before we begin. X is the midpoint of BC. So right in the middle of this line here. Y is the midpoint of AB. So it means that I could fill in this little one along here is also my vector A. A to Y is written, that was in vector A, and A to C we've got 2B there. Work out these vectors and leave your answers in simplified form. So B to C. So around about right here, we're going to go the whole way from B to A. So B to A, first off. And then that's going to be followed by A to C. So our B to A, we're looking at that. Well, it's going the opposite direction to our arrow, so it's a minus 2A. And then that's followed by A to C, which is your 2B. Nothing to collect together or simplify. Some people might factorize out the 2, but there's really no need to. So I would just leave that as 2B, take away 2A, just to get that minus away from the first term, but both would be acceptable. So 2B, take away 2A. A to X then, well, if we're looking at that, we're going from A to B, and then half of B to C. So that would be a way of looking at it. So A to X. We write that out, we've got A to B, which we've got, and then we're going to have half of, because X is the halfway point of B to C. Okay, now A to B, well, that's your 2 A's, so it's 2A, and then we've got half of B to C. Now at B to C, if you use your answer that we just found, we've actually found B to C already, so we could put that in a bracket, 2B minus 2A. Now here we do want to expand out that bracket and simplify what we can. So we've got 2A plus, and a half of each of these terms. A half of 2 is just 1, so we're going to be left with B minus a half of 2 again is 1, so you're left with A. And then collect together your like terms. 2A take away A leaves you with A plus B. So A to X is going to be your vector A plus your vector B. Okay. Then we're going from X to Y. And just thinking about any of your sort of roots here so far. Because we've kind of been going from B to C, I'm going to keep that direction going. So I'm going to think about this as going from X to C, then going from C to A, and then going from A to Y, because I know I'm going to be able to find all of those bits. So X to Y equals X to C, followed by C to A, followed by A to Y. Now that X to C is going to be half of B to C. Same direction, so it's going to be half of B to C. Again, I'll use my first answer that I got for that. Followed by C to A, I can put in straight away. It's minus 2B, watch out for that change of direction. Followed by A to Y, which is followed by your A. Now, a half of B to C, again, subbing that in. B to C was 2B minus 2A. Tidy up that plus minus, it just gives you A minus 2B plus A. A half 2B is B, a half of 2A is A, we've got minus 2B plus A. and we collect together our like terms once again. So b minus 2b, that leaves you with minus b. 1 take away 2 is minus 1. And minus a plus a, they're going to cancel each other out. That gives you 0. So we're actually just left with minus b for that one. So x to y is just going to be minus b. And that's you all done.